Indy, Monaco, Le Mans. There are many great races in the world, but for amateur drivers, one race stands above all others. For the past 50 years, the Sports Car Club of America Runoffs has been the pinnacle of amateur motorsports. A single, winner-take-all event that can take a lifetime to win and only split seconds to lose. This is where champions are crowned, where professional careers are launched. This is where greatness is born.
This is Formula B. Some people call it Formula 1000. One-liter motors, motorcycle engines in these cars for the most part. These are fast race cars, George.
Real fast, real light race cars. These are 1,000cc Suzukis, most of them.
As the cars start to accelerate off pit road behind the safety car, we'll give you the starting lineup. Let's get a quick comment from John Bisignano.
I'll tell you guys, there's some real drama down here because our pole position, Lawrence Loshak, he arrived on the grid under the 1-minute signal, and he didn't have his helmet with him. Now, everyone has rolled out onto the track, and Lawrence is sitting here, our pole position. I think the reason he may have been late, now the mechanic's looking for a screwdriver, I think the reason he may have been late is that these are the intermediate tires. He maybe was changing the tires from the full wet to the intermediate, so a lot of drama down here. I don't know, I don't want to quote the SCCA rule here, but when you are left on the grid, even if you're pole position, I don't think you can start on pole. This is a gentleman who worked all week long to get on pole position. He may have to start at the back of the field. Now that's going to be quite an interesting race as he's coming through. One other comment, of course, the guys on the front, they are going to have the advantage visually. Here comes the Hans device. My gosh, all week, all year, Lawrence has been working for this exact moment. Changing from the full wets probably to the intermediates is why he was late. I'll tell you, there's nothing worse for a driver to have this going on as everyone has left the grid. As I say, everyone else was on full wets. Just look at the drama and trying to get him into the car. Even the mechanics that have done this 100 times, they are just struggling to get it right under these conditions. You know, you hear us always say the people in the second row can't see anything because of the spray, even though the track has been drying out. The people, there you go, Lawrence. Good luck, buddy. Now, keep it underneath you. The people in the back, even at the second row, they can't see anything because of the spray. Okay, now it stopped raining down here, but if you look off into the distance, and this is the way the wind's blowing, it's very, very dark over here. This is going to be one interesting race. Watch Lawrence come through the field.
That was a total miscue. I mean, even if they were putting the intermediate reins on there, you not having your helmet or your Hans device with you is a total miscue. I mean, this is the most important race of the year.
Sure.
You'd think he'd be there well in advance of a green flag start. And Biz is right. There's going to be a ton of spray that he's going to have to deal with at the beginning of this race.
And if you make that late decision to change tires, to change tire tread patterns, to go from full reins to intermediates, nobody on slicks certainly at this point because we've still got a lot of water on this racetrack, that will slow you down. That will cause problems.
Well, the intermediate, I think that's the right call. I think he's got the right tire on there, but to give up the entire field grid position, and you know, that was a big mistake right there.
Take a look at your starting lineup. Loshak scheduled to be on the pole in the 2-car from Grafton, Wisconsin, the JDR Suzuki combination. Jeremy Hill from Toronto, Canada. On the outside of the 00, that's the Hoosier Tire Photon Suzuki. Second row, Brandon Dixon. He's won 2 of the 3 previous championships in this category from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. That's car number 1, the JDRE Citation. And then alongside Lucien Pancia from Bellevue, Washington, the Newport Villa Store Suzuki. That's car number 92. Third row, the 72 of Brian Novak, Dearborn, Michigan, the Hoosier Tire Nova Piper Suzuki. And alongside Novak, Jake Latham from Broomfield, Colorado. Car number 5, the SCR Performance Store Suzuki. Fourth row, Steve Ott from Houston, Texas, a veteran campaigner in open wheel ranks in the SCCA national competitions. That's the 3-car, the Hoosier Tires Astra Summerhawk. And starting 8th, John Labrie from Draper, Utah, the 33. That's the Bug and Weed Mart Phoenix Suzuki. 5th row, Jose Gerardo from El Paso, Texas in the 14. Gerardo's car, the General Labels and Printing Store F1000. Starting 10th, Christopher Ash in the 67 from Centennial, Colorado, the Scanworks Medical Astra RR1. Starting in the 6th row, 11th spot, the 6th, Tyler Thielman from Kiel, Wisconsin, not far from here, the SoBrite LLC Van Diemen Suzuki. Starting 12th, Juan Marchand from South Haven, Michigan, the JRM Nova Demon Suzuki. Back to the 7th row, the 77, Alex Mayer from Harleyville, Pennsylvania. The Mayer Motorsports Elan Suzuki. And going 14th, Mike Beecham from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Not far from here either. The 25, that's the Gyro Dynamics Van Diemen Suzuki. 8th row, Michael Crow from Jamestown, Kentucky. Car number 88, the Pathogen Controls Van Diemen. Alongside in 16th starting spot from Tampa, Florida, the 18 of Jason Bell, the Gridsport Highway Store Suzuki. Row number 9, Jason Slahor, car number 9. That's from Ellicott City. He's from Ellicott City, Maryland. The Slahor Racing Van Diemen, and the green flag is out, ready to go for 13 laps here at Road America.
And we got a stalled race car out on the racetrack too that they're going to have to contend with.
Look at this, 5 wide as they head toward turn number 1. 3 wide on the inside.
Steady, boys. It's wet out there.
Oh, man, the 92 making a great move. That's Lucien Pancia up to 2nd spot. Race leader as they head down through turn 3 and 4. That's the 1 car of Brandon Dixon from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Dixon, who's won this championship 2 of the first 3 years it's been contested.
Working the draft down the back straight, headed toward turn 5 brake zone.
So Dixon in the 1, who has been so strong in this category. Now the pole sitter, Lawrence Loshak, having to start at the rear. Good battle for position. The 92 of Pancia, the 1 of Dixon. That's your 2nd row starters. 1 car off a bit.
Somebody was wide out
heading
there.
Heading to the right-hander, yeah.
Escape area, which is down at turn 5.
Good opportunity here for a lot of these cars and drivers to make moves, and you'll start to see quickly who's good in the wet and who's not. Dixon is your leader. Pancia is 2nd. Pancia trying to make a move, and that 92 on the inside for the lead.
Power move down into turn 8. Good passing opportunity right there.
Lucien Pancia from Bellevue, Washington takes over the top spot.
Very lightweight, nimble, aerodynamic cars. You got full adjustability, so they're running full downforce on the wings right now.
Under trays, everything you can ask for aerodynamically.
It's a true proper race car, but with a 1-liter motorcycle engine, and they twist these things way big RPMs, so the reliability is sometimes a factor here.
We were talking about this before we got going here yesterday when we were just having our introductory meetings to prepare for the Runoffs telecast for you. And some comment that some of these guys, these are basically unrestricted 1-liter motorcycle engines, so we're seeing 15, 16,000 RPM in some cases.
Yeah, and that's what makes them blow up. I mean, when you start running over 15,000 RPM, you can run a stock Suzuki motor, or you can have it modified. You don't have to have a Suzuki motor. I'm saying that most of them use that because it's a good platform. But you can have it modified, but when you modify it, it seems to be a little bit more brittle. Makes more power. But they throw rods a lot.
And if you've spent any time working on race cars or cars in general, you know that if you go for more power, the reliability sometimes goes away.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're tweaking these things. Anything that you run over 10,000 RPM, much less 15, 16,000, I mean, things are going to break.
1 car off in the kitty litter.
Stuck in the gravel trap.
Yeah, and that's one of the hazards of racing in the wet. If you get offline and you get sideways, you can get beached, especially in a Formula car.
Yeah, and there was one other car that didn't make the green, and we never got the car number on it, but there's another car stranded out there too, so I'm kind of wondering if they're going to bring a full course caution, or maybe the corner workers can go out there and get him pushed. He was only a foot into the gravels with the rear wheels only, so maybe they can get him extricated.
Got some great side-by-side battles all over the track here at Road America, as you would expect. Pancia in the 92 has opened up a significant lead now over Dixon in the 1. Here's some of the fighting going on deeper in the field for position now. One of the guys I'm interested to watch whenever we get the opportunity to do these runoffs, Steve Ott in the 3 car. Back in the 8th position at the start of this. There's Dixon in the 1 in 2nd spot. And Dixon with 2 of the 3 national championships in this category to his credit. The 27 in some trouble.
I think that would have been the car that was stuck in the gravel. They got him go, James Michael.
Outside turn 1 there. That was, and he had gotten into that standing water, it looked like.
Yeah, that outside of turn 1 gravel trap's a savior, because if you didn't have that there, that's a bad ride. You could ask A.J. Ford about that.
Yeah, definitely. Many drivers have come to grief there over the years here at Road America. The 5 with an interesting aerodynamic setup in the back. That's Jake Latham back deep in the field here, running the rear wing doors very close to the rear tires, way low on that.
Yeah, it's a reduced drag for the straightaway speed. Here, it's more of a, you use that on super speedways or places where you're really wanting to optimize straightaway speed, which is a good call in the dry, but not so good right now.
You want downforce here. There's no question about that.
I'm going to be wanting to load it up with downforce in this wet.
Battling for position. There's the 5 we were talking about. Latham. Now he's made a big move. Latham has come up to 9th position. And I was just about to criticize the wing placement on that car. Maybe it's not so stupid after all.
Well, he's got a handful, but I mean, it allows him to probably pick up 5 to 7 mile an hour top speed in the straightaway, which with 3 straightaways, it's a big dividend.
And it shows you how creative you can get in this category in SCCA.
Yeah.
And one car backwards into the barrier. That's the 5 of Latham. We were just talking about it. Maybe that lack of downforce at the rear of the car was a factor there.
He caught him coming out of the carousel. That's where you are right there. He was riding down that wall, bumping off that wall. So he was going to try to get going, but I would have to think that he has some suspension damage after all that.
You'd think so, or at least wing damage. And this would be a place where you definitely would not want to try to run without your rear wing.
No, it'd be almost impossible to drive one of those things. They're so lightweight. Weigh just more than a motorcycle, but not much more than a motorcycle.
Watching some of the fights for position, your Mazda running order at the top of your screen. Keep an eye on where your favorite driver resides with a couple of laps on the board of 13. 52 miles is our length here at Road America in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. And Lucian in the 92 continues to lead the event.
Very, very
Lucian
fast
Pensia.
cars.
Yeah.
I mean, they're quick cars, not so much in the rain. It's a limiting factor, but these are capable.
Another
one,
car in the
18
tires.
now is in the tire wall. That's Jason Bell.
Tampa, Florida, Gold Sport.
Looks like
Store
he's
Suzuki.
nosed in, and I think that's turn 4.
Watching some of the other competitors here in Formula B work under the bridge.
Dealing with a really slippery racetrack. It's in drying conditions. It actually, right now, is harder. It's slipperier now than if it were raining hard. When it's raining hard and you've got really puddled up, I mean, you've got a constant grip. But this, where it's drying in some places, it gets the grease up out of the racetrack, and it really gets like you're up on oil all the time.
Lucian Pensia in the 92 had led earlier.
Oh, he spun.
He had a problem.
Spun out of the lead. He just went off driver's left. I don't think he hit the wall.
There's the 18 car still stuck in the tire wall, but Pensia has given up the lead, being scored all the way back in 15th spot now. So he had a problem while we were watching one of the other battles on the racetrack.
Yeah, there was a spin on the entry to turn 7 up there. And I don't know that he hit the wall, but he was headed in that direction.
And we've got some issues with our timing and scoring. Pensia being shown as our leader at the top. And I think that Pensia does continue to lead despite what we're seeing on our timing and scoring monitor. So Pensia is by himself out in front. And the 1 of Dixon in second spot. Pensia, I did not think had put a wheel wrong here. He's done a great job in the first couple of laps here, Doris.
Yep, I'm really surprised at this point that they haven't brought out a full course caution to get some of these
You've
cars.
got 3 or 4 cars in the tire walls.
At least 3 cars out there we know of, that they are just letting be there. And, of course, they didn't get there by no reason. It's slippery out there.
Exactly. So Pensia continues to lead, and Brandon Dixon in the 1 continues to run in second spot, and we'll try to get our timing and scoring monitor sorted out here in the broadcast booth at Road America in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. He's Dorsey Schrader, I'm Rick Benjamin, John Bizignano with our coverage on pit lane all weekend, and it's an honor to be here, really, to be part of this 50th running of the SCCA Runoffs. First time we've been back in several years, and very happy to be here with you and for you all weekend long. Dixon in that Citation chassis entry. And we'll see what the gap is. Pensia in the 92 continues to lead here. Dixon by himself up the hill.
Now we got the...
And it looks like we have a local yellow. There's Pensia going by, and now we see, we'll look for the 1 of Dixon. It's probably 20 or so car lengths. It's 27 car.
Yeah, we saw him earlier stuck there in turn 1 gravel trap, but he's back on the road and going now. They've got a wrecker in turn 5 in turn 3 trying to get the 18 going.
This is for 3rd position down into turn 1, the 14 car. Holding the spot right now, Jose Gerardo out of Texas has that spot in that white and yellow trimmed entry, and he's getting a challenge from the 3 car.
Yeah, that's Steve Ott.
Steve Ott from Houston. Ott's been doing this a long time, and there's Ott. Take a look at the difference in the wing placement again. Ott, we haven't been doing this quite a while. Says, hey, I can lay that wing back right alongside the rear bodywork.
That'd be a typical setup for here, with these 3 long straightaways. To go for the outright straightaway speed. Of course, it's not the ideal thing for in the rain. You see that straightaway speed right now. Come in, he used the draft quite nicely, now down into 5. And with the more downforce, watch the outside car take the lead.
Steve Ott on the inside.
He's a little loose there.
Heading up the hill, trying to take 3rd position away. Looks like Ott will be able to do it. So Steve Ott who has got a lot of experience in national level competition and open wheel machines in SCCA, from 7th all the way up to 3rd in the first couple of laps.
Jose Gerardo did a real good job of not getting himself crossed up there. He got in that corner a little bit too deep. He realized he did, and instead of turning for the apex, he just rode it out, got to the outside and slowed the car up. So he loses a position, but he doesn't lose the car.
Yeah, a couple of Lone Star State competitors, Ott from Houston, Gerardo from El Paso, as they head to the Johnsonville Bridge and the carousel. And Ott, knowing what to do in these situations, finding grip on the outside.
Yeah, he's out there in the where you can get some grip. And then, like I say, it gets tricky because as the racetrack starts drying, the line starts moving around. You have to start experimenting again to go find out where can I get traction.
This, meantime, 6th, 7th, and 8th in play here at Road America in Formula B. The 77 car with 6th in hand right now. Alex Meyer from Harleysville, Pennsylvania. The Meyer Motorsports Elan DP04 with a Suzuki power plant.
A lot of different chassis here. Everybody seems to take that same approach on the engine. They'll use the Suzuki 1000. Like I say, some of them are heavily modified. Some of them are just dead stock. The difference is about 20, 30 horsepower, but reliability plays into that, no doubt about it.
Tyler Thielman in the 6 on the outside, able to take the spot away from the 77 of Mayer.
Outside of the kink. That's the gutsy move.
Thielman, this is his home racetrack. He's from Kiel, Wisconsin, not far from here at all. The Milwaukee region of the Sports Car Club of America, the So-Bright Van Diemen Suzuki. Another fight for position elsewhere in the field. There's the 77 of Mayer.
Oh, and he's just spinning the tires like mad as he accelerates up the hill.
Thielman making that pass and now starting to drive away.
You know, it's all about power to weight ratio. These Suzuki engines, they don't make all that much power, but the car doesn't weigh anything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when you look at its percentage of power to weight, it's a very, very fast race car, very nimble race car.
Lawrence
Loshak
in the 2 car had to start shotgun on the field after he and his crew were just late getting to the pre-grid.
I think they did the tire change, and then somehow somebody forgot the helmet. They forgot the Hans device. And he's come from the very back up to 5th place, which is really fast race car. It's the right. They did the right thing with the tires, but I can't believe they just miscue on the helmet and the Hans device.
Working lap 5 of 13 in the Formula B National Championship here at the 50th SCCA Runoffs at Elkhart Lake, Road America in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin.
It's kind of like forgetting to put your pants on. It's just like, shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen.
Some things should not happen in racing. That's one of them, to show up at the pre-grid without your helmet or your Hans device on. Certainly something that you wouldn't want to repeat, make that a habit as a driver or as a race team. But Loshak trying to make the most of this. Now he kind of needs a full course yellow to have an opportunity.
You're not kidding. And I've been really surprised that we didn't have one, because we had plenty of reason to get one earlier, particularly with the car stuck in the turn 1 gravel trap, and we had one in the wall down in turn 3. But they're covering them so far, this Runoffs, with local yellows only. And they've been able to get the cars back out of the danger zone and moving again.
Loshak with a unique chassis in the field. That's a JDR chassis. The only one we've got here in this event. And you can see it's got a much different design. He looks to be placed a little further back in that car. The whole car seems to be a bit lower than the Van Diemens and some of the other designs.
Does. It's a unique looking car for sure. It's got a lot of grip too. You see he's making a lot of ground on everybody, but caution would really seal his day, get him back up in where he belongs.
Having some issues with our timing and scoring feed here in the booth, but it does look as though Loshak is able to lay down. I'm looking at Pancia's lap times. He's about 1.5 seconds off of Pancia's lap time last time by. So Loshak coming from the back of the grid up to 5th, certainly a strong run, but he does need help to get an opportunity to try to get to the podium.
It's a 4-mile racetrack, and when you're at the back end of 4 miles trying to make that up,
you got no drafting help.
No, you're a sitting duck. You know, all you can do is just keep running off good numbers. But that's a long haul.
The 14 car, meantime, Jose Geraldo in that battle a short time ago for 4th spot with Steve Ott. Ott got by, and Ott right now up to 3rd. Loshak has laid down the fast lap of the event so far, we're being told, by SCCA timing and scoring. Ran a 2:37.3 last time by, and that's the quickest lap of the day. Track's starting to dry out quite a bit.
Yeah, and that's those intermediates that they bolted on there, that's what's paying dividends right now. That track is starting to get a dry line, and those intermediates will become quicker than these full wets under these conditions.
Still a good bit of mist out there, as you can see. A lot of tire spray going up from many of the cars, but now it becomes a question, especially if you're on full wets, of trying to find a dry or wet place to run. You've got to be able to keep those tires cool.
Yeah, you'll see guys start diving around for puddles when it gets to that point. Like you say, with that mist out there, it just shows you there's still plenty of water on the racetrack for those tires to stay cool with. But the intermediates will start definitely gaining speed in these conditions. Of course, a full wet's got big old thick heavy treads like you would on a street car, and that intermediate is nothing more than a hand groove slick, so it dissipates water and has a lot more rubber on the ground.
Brandon Dixon in the 1 car there, 2 times a national champion in this category over the past 3 seasons, sitting in 2nd spot and starting to gain some ground perhaps on the leader in the 92.
Kind of modified rain line right there. You
Lucian Pancia.
Not quite all the way to the outside, but certainly not toward the inside either, so he's feeling his way. Like I said, the racetrack now, the dry line or the wet line is going to change per lap. You're going to have to start moving around and trying to figure it out. That's what you're seeing him do right now. Dixon, right there he found a slippery spot.
Dixon in the 1 of the favorites coming in here this weekend in this category.
Of course, right there, what you saw, that twitch in the braking, he's probably got that brake bias style toward the rear. Now that it's starting to dry out, he might want to start move it a little bit more toward the front again, because we're getting better generating brake forces than we had early on when it was really wet.
Top 2 cars continue to be Pancia in the 92, Dixon in the 1 as they head toward the start-finish line, put another lap on the board, completing lap number 6 of 13 here today at the SCCA Runoffs.
Kind of surprised he drove it out onto the curbing there, which was exactly what you would want to do in the dry, but that's wet, and that, of course, those curbs are painted, and the paint doesn't have any grip on it whatsoever, so it's not a good place to be in the wet.
Yeah, they get slick.
Yeah, they're not, don't they? They're not fun at all. Anytime you hit paint with water on it, it's not.
Yeah,
not good.
So there are your top 2 cars. Dixon's 2nd spot in the 1, trying to get close to Lucian Pancia, who has led much of the way. Pancia took the lead from the 4th starting spot, going down into turn 1. Loshak in that 2 car starting to make some hay here.
He's flying. He just lowered the laps. He had the fastest lap before, but he just made it even faster yet. So he's the fastest guy on the racetrack, but with a 4-mile racetrack and a long way to catch up, he's half the race is gone pretty much.
Yeah. How frustrating is that for a driver to know you've got the quickest car in the place, you're doing a great job behind the wheel, because of a mental error, basically being prepared for the start, you may have thrown away your chance to win.
Absolutely. I mean, they can't blame that on anybody but themselves. The start time of this has been posted for days. They knew what had to be done.
Yeah.
And changing 4 tires shouldn't keep you from being able to be up there. It wasn't that so much. It was the fact that they forgot the helmet and the Hans device that killed them, because the tires were on the car on the grid. So
the car was sitting there running. It was ready to go.
Yeah, they just, like I say, it's this little stuff. And that's the nerves. And this race is so important to everybody that you can just absolutely run yourself crazy. The tension here and the importance of this event is such that you see mistakes happen.
Steve Ott in the 3 car out of Houston, Texas. Great veteran of this form of racing.
Look at this.
Working by some lap traffic. Yeah, the 27 goes another lap down. James Michael from Texas in the Berluche Engineering store.
Michael moved out of the way.
Yeah.
But he moved right into the rain line. You got to do something, though. You got to be predictable. And he did that. He let that happen.
Talk about guys who were among the favorites coming in. Ott certainly in that category as well.
Absolutely. And you look at Steve Ott right now. We were talking about it before. He's looking for water right there. I saw it. I just saw him looking for puddle. These guys are all.
Lawrence Loshak in the 2 car, meantime, we're being told has advanced to 4th now, your fast qualifier, and here he is. Loshak laying down some incredibly strong laps.
He's absolutely flying. The other side of the coin about having something go wrong like that, where you forget your helmet or your Hans device, is it gets your adrenaline going.
You're focused,
and the red steam starts coming out of your ears, and you can drive.
Well, some can, some can't. I mean, the red mist is not always your friend, is it?
No, it's not always. But if you can harness the energy, though, well, it's good.
So here's Loshak in the 2 car, the red and white machine moving by the 14.
Such a unique looking car, none like it out there.
Jose Gerardo from El Paso had been in 4th.
And look at the difference with those intermediates. Now, those things are fully happy. You see him right now. He's over there by the wall trying to run some wet through the tire to cool it down. But those have got grip much superior to what the full wets do. And you see it. I mean, he's really coming now. If he can pull this off from the back to the front.
Oh, yeah. Well, if he gets to the podium, I think that's a great drive right there.
Absolutely.
Loshak in fourth. Ott here in the third, next in line to Loshak. We don't see them yet in the same camera shot. Meantime, your race leader, Pancia in the 92, continues to put down very strong laps.
He just ran a 2:36, which is the fastest lap. First guy to break down into 2:36s, so he's found some speed.
It's drying out, you can tell.
Yeah, the racetrack's getting better for sure, and these guys are getting adapted to it as well. You can still hear it spin the engine up on the exit a little bit.
Now, these motorcycle engines, Doris, they're used in race cars. A Legends car carries a motorcycle engine.
That's right. Yeah.
They're pretty happy if you're on the throttle all the time, aren't they?
Yeah, you got to keep them spooled up. Their RPM relative. The higher RPM you run, the more horsepower you're going to make. If you ran these at 12,000, they'd never blow up. But guys that run them at 15 are going to beat you.
Yeah, and that's the key. You've got to balance the need for all the power possible with reliability.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've got to be around for the full 50 miles, 52 miles.
You're stressing the heck out of it above 15,000.
Pancia continues to lead here at Road America, working lap 8 of 13. We'll take a quick break and come right back with more of the 50th SCCA Runoffs.
The 2013 SCCA Runoffs are brought to you by Mazda. Zoom Zoom.
It's time to face facts. You're a gearhead. You wish the freeway on-ramp was your personal racetrack. Well, buckle up, buddy, because the Sports Car Club of America wants you. With 40,000 members and events across the country, the SCCA has all the excitement you can handle. Dance the blacktop two-step with SCCA Solo. Get down and dirty with SCCA Rallycross. Or go wheel-to-wheel with SCCA Club Racing. Hit the track with the SCCA, where America's best drivers race.
He ignored the naysayers and never compromised. When Thomas Edison threw the switch, it changed everything. Engineering without compromise. This is the Mazda way. And this is the Mazda CX-5. Skyactiv technology makes it lighter yet stronger, earning a top safety pick. And more fuel efficient than any hybrid SUV. This is the uncompromised Mazda CX-5. What do you drive?
And we welcome you back live to Road America, Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, the 50th running of the SCCA Runoffs. With Dorsey Schrader, I'm Rick Benjamin, John Bizignano with our coverage down on pit lane today as we work on lap number 9. Lucien Pancia, Brandon Dixon, Steve Ott, Lawrence Loshak, and Jose Gerardo, your top 5 in Formula B. Formula 1000, it was previously known. And Lawrence Loshak, working on Steve Ott, has just made a pass to take over 3rd position.
Got his podium now. There it is, as you see the red car going up underneath the bridge. Loshak from the back, as a result of not making the grid on time and forgetting the helmet, had to start from arrears of a very big field. He's got the intermediate tires, which is the only car out there, which was the right call for the tire. They just forgot the helmet, but unfortunately that put him toward the back. But this is a huge drive for him. I said that before. This is a 23-car field. He was at the end of that.
Yeah.
Now he's up to 3rd.
The end of it and ticked off.
Yeah, no doubt. Sometimes that's good, though, like you said.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, it certainly can be helpful in that situation. We've got our timing and scoring sorted out here in the broadcast booth, so we can tell you that Pancia is out in front by about 0.4 of a second over Brandon Dixon in the 1 car now. So getting close.
It's getting close, and Pancia ran a 2:36.80 to a 40. So actually, the 2 cars still the fastest on the racetrack.
And Lawrence Loshak in the 2, your fast qualifier here for this event. Had to start shotgun on the field, as we've told you. Was not ready to answer the call to come off of the pre-grid in the starting lineup. Had to go out last. If you're not prepared when they send out the call that we're going to take the field away, well, you just have to tag the field. They had to put his helmet and Hans device on after making the tire change. The crew did, and Loshak had to start at the back end of this nearly 24 car field, but he has marched up through nicely to get to 3rd spot right now.
Yeah, just lit the tires up a little bit, leaving Canada there. He's trying hard. This is a fantastic drive. It's awfully hard to do what he's doing right now, is come from the back. As you see one of the cars drive with the hand in the air, which usually signals that he's slowing. Yep. Let the other drivers around him. And there's Loshak
onto the front straightaway. There's your leader going by the 92 Pancia. We'll see what the gap is to Dixon here. Here comes Dixon coming up, and he's probably 3 or 4 seconds back. And the gap right now, 9.5 seconds But Loshak is closing in.
Yeah, you can see
Loshak's
him.
just another couple of seconds behind. I think Loshak's got a shot at second spot here.
I think he does too, no doubt. He's got the speed on him.
There's Dixon.
He can see Dixon now. And when you see the guy in front of you, that makes it all the easier to catch him.
Dixon in the 1, running in second spot. 2 of these championships in the last 3 years. To Dixon's credit, but it doesn't look like it'll be 3 and 4 years here today.
Now without Lucien Pensia having some sort of a problem right now, I mean, he's checked out. I mean, for Brandon Dixon, he's got to worry about second place because look behind him now.
There's Loshak.
Here comes Loshak in the red car.
And Steve Ott right there as well, your 4th place runner who gave up 3rd to Loshak just a lap or 2 ago. 9 complete, 4 to go in the Formula B scramble for the national title here at the SCCA Runoffs.
Still running a modified rain line there. You see Loshak get off that corner, spins the tires up. Man, he's 4 seconds faster on that
That's
lap.
unbelievable.
No, he's got the thing going now, and those intermediates are doing their job. It's dried up enough that the intermediates are putting a lot more rubber down on the ground than those full treaded tires are. And those full treads start to squirm. When they get grip in the corner, this tread sipes start wiggling around. It feels like you got 4 flat tires on the car. And with those intermediates, that never does happen.
No.
You just got to worry about too much water with the intermediates. Well, that's not the case.
Into the carousel now. Look at this Loshak.
Yeah, he's going to drive right by him. Trust me.
Dixon is in his clutches.
Yeah, that's the right call on the tires. I mean, that's a race winner, but it'd been a lot easier to win from the pole than it would be from the back.
Well, could you imagine if Loshak had started up front? He'd have driven off into the mist.
Yes, he would have. Yep. And, you know, he's showing us on the speed right there. It's unbelievable the times he's turning. He's down to 234s on the last lap. That's 2 seconds lap faster than it had been a couple laps back. Nobody else close to that speed anywhere. I mean, the leader, Pensia, last lap was a 240 to a 234. That's 6 seconds.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Loshak, you know, at this rate, I think he will run out of time.
Yeah, I think so
you never
too.
know. I mean, and Pensia may be taking it easy, thinking, well, I've got a 10-second lead. I'm not going to burn the car up.
Absolutely true. You know, why take risks? 10 seconds is an insurmountable amount of time.
See what happens here as the 2nd and 3rd place cars come to the front straightaway to put lap number 10 on the board. Race leader Pensia whistles by us here in the broadcast booth, and here's your fight for second. Coming up under the scorer's stand, Dixon and Pensia separated by about 8 car lengths, and look at, Dixon and Loshak, and here's Loshak reeling in Dixon.
3 seconds a lap faster that lap was Loshak over Dixon, so I don't see this going more than one more time around. He'll get him this lap somewhere.
3 laps to go here at Road America. This is the fight for second spot. Loshak in that red and white 2 car. Brandon Dixon in the black number 1 with the green trim has the second spot. Loshak was your fast qualifier. As we've told you, problems getting ready for the start. They weren't prepared when the call came to fire the cars and take them out on the racetrack. Loshak had to start this one from the back of the grid. He has marched through the field. He's about to take second spot away from Brandon Dixon.
Nothing Dixon can do about that. That's the difference in tire right now. I mean, that car is really, really fast.
And up the hill off the left-hander, the 90-degree, heading toward the carousel here. And Loshak wasting no time, putting quite a gap on the now 3rd place car of Brandon Dixon. And we'll see about 2.5 laps to go, about 10 miles of racing left here today. We'll see if Loshak might have an opportunity to close in on Lucien Pensia, who's led most of this race.
Well, the 10 seconds is down to 7. He made 3 seconds off on that lap. He doesn't have very many laps to go.
Yeah.
He is driving the wheels off the car, no doubt about that.
If you're Lucien Pensia and you're out front of that 92 car, are you starting to hear footsteps, feel a little pressure from the backside?
He's got a pit crew talking to him on the radio. They better tell him to get back on the loud pedal because he's got Lawrence Loshak coming in with a lot of head of steam. I mean, that car is flying right now. The proper combination of tires to the wetness on the track, it makes it far superior, no doubt. I mean, 3 seconds a lap I'm looking at right here.
There's Pensia, your race leader in the 92.
You'll be able to see him in the next lap or so. And that
Pensia from Bellevue, Washington, the Newport Villa store Suzuki. You've got a couple of different chassis up front. Loshak's a JDR Suzuki.
Pensia spinning the tires pretty hard coming out of Canada Corner there.
And Dixon is in a Citation. So you've got 3 different chassis makers.
That's kind of common to this class. This is a very popular class now. This class just came up to be a few years back, and now it's becoming one of these classes that has a lot of entries, over 22, 23 cars here.
And these look like awfully fun race cars
Yeah,
to drive.
they're nimble and fun, and they're fast.
And you get to play with the
Look
arrow
at
on
this.
the cars. That's what I like.
Loshak can see him. They're on the same straightaway.
There's Loshak whistling by our location here.
He's got probably 2 laps to catch him.
He's got 2 laps to go, yeah.
I think he's going to catch him.
Yeah, and the
That's
difference
another
in speed is 3 seconds.
Yeah, that's another 3 seconds he just chopped off.
He's only 4.8 seconds behind this time by. If Loshak can keep the pace up and Pancia doesn't have anything more here, it's going to be a last lap challenge.
He's going to catch him on the last lap if he stays at the same rate of pace. This is in my
unbelievable.
Books, second to last lap. If he knocks off 3 seconds, he's going to be on the tailgate.
You could see what we might think of at the end of this weekend as the best race, the best drive of the weekend here from Lawrence Loshak.
Well, I'll tell you, under really hard conditions, too. I mean, other than the self-imposed penalty at the beginning, this has been a stellar drive. I mean, it's not easy under these conditions, even with those intermediates, to drive that hard without making mistakes. This is going to be a last lap nail biter.
That's it. That's the fight for the lead. You've got it right there. They're in our same camera shot. Pancia in the 92 out in front. Lawrence Loshak, who was the fast qualifier, back to front so far. Now, in dry conditions, Loshak was 0.8 of a second quicker than Jeremy Hill in the 00, who has not been a factor. This is deeper in the field. This is 7th, 8th, and 9th going at it here, coming down the front straightaway. This would be Tyler Thielman, Alex Mayer, Mike Beecham.
And all these guys trying to find some last 2-lap heroics to get their positions.
Jeremy Hill, who was on the outside pole back in 11th in the 00 car. And there's Hill. That's that green and white entry. The 08 of Nisho Vardis there as well.
Loshak has almost got to him.
For the race lead. Unbelievable. Lawrence Loshak, the fast qualifier who started at the back of the grid. Due to some problems being ready, they missed their start time and they just got off pit lane in time to tag the field. He has marched through the 23 cars and has knocked it out the door of Lucien Pancia.
I think they're going to get the one to go, too, when they come by the start-finish line. It's going to be right up underneath the back end of Pancia. I mean, he's setting him up right now. He's got the run going up through the left-hander.
And this is something that you don't often see in racing anymore. It used to be that the right driver, right race car, right situation could do this, could make up a huge gap, make all the passes, make all the right moves, get there and put on a great show to take a victory that was unlikely. Doris, this is incredible to me.
It's an incredible drive. There's no question about it. You know,
one to go, and the leaders
and
on
he's
the
going
front
for the
straightaway.
lead.
Lawrence Loshak challenging on the outside. Pancia for the top spot. He's got him.
Drives right around him. What a drive this guy's put on today.
Lawrence Loshak. Pancia now will try to stay close in the draft and see if he can somehow come up with something.
It ain't going to happen. Not at 3 seconds a lap deficit. I mean, that is just an awesome display of driving talent. Knowing your car, he could have easily at the beginning when all that happened let this affect him and get in his head.
Sure.
You know, and throw this whole deal away, which he almost did anyway. But to be able to come back that strong, like I say, he's harnessed all that energy and all that adrenaline, and he's put it to good use today.
Well, we don't yet have a GoPro hero move of the race, but I think we might have just seen it there.
I'd say.
Watching Lawrence Loshak come from the back to the front in just 13, not even 13 laps of racing here at Road America. And look at the speed difference.
He got into turn 5 a little too deep and lit up the tires on the exit. It's almost like a victory lap for him, though. He knows he's got this.
He's just got to keep it under wraps for another couple of miles here.
Yeah, that's a big racetrack, like you say. He's only halfway through this 4-mile lap. He's pulling away, which we'd expect he would, because he was 3 seconds lap quicker than anybody out there. If he doesn't throw it in the ditch, I mean, this has been a fantastic drive.
So Lawrence Loshak in car number 2 out of Grafton, Wisconsin. This is his home racetrack. The JDR ETE remanufactured Moon Supercycle JDR Suzuki. Looks as though he's on his way to what would be his first Runoffs championship.
Did it the hard way, too.
Yeah, nothing easy about this day.
No. He almost gave this thing away. I mean, this is a stellar drive. This is a statement is what this is. He just outran everybody.
So Loshak, Pancia, Brandon Dixon, Steve Ott. They put on a great show here today. Ott headed possibly to a podium spot as well. But Loshak marching through the field in that 2 car to take the top spot. He is appearing to be headed to victory here at Road America.
This is one for the record books. I tell you that he just did what is almost impossible to do. at the runoffs. I mean, things so close.
And, you know, I think this speaks to one of the great things about SCCA national competition as Loshak comes through the final corner, wiggles it, comes up the hill. These aren't spec cars.
Now,
This is creativity, which gives you a chance to do this. Checkered flag will be in the air for Lawrence Loshak from the Milwaukee region. He is your champion in Formula B, his third title in the SCCA runoffs. Loshak is your winner. Lucian Pancia comes across in second spot. What a heartbreak for Pancia. And Brandon Dixon will get credit for third. Steve Ott will have to settle for fourth. Jose Gerardo will end up fifth. Novak, Thielman, Meyer, Beecham, Labrie, your top 10. Jeremy Hill, who qualified at the front of the grid outside pole, didn't like the wet weather very much. Ott comes by and takes fourth place today.
Boy,
Jeremy Hill,
Pancia
11th.
leads every lap of the race but the one.
Wow, the one that counts.
The one that
the money
counts.
lap, the gold medal lap, we might say, in SCCA competition.
And Loshak put on a display. I mean, that was just a dominant performance he just did. And that was, like I said, that's not easy out there right there in that kind of condition.
Oh, yeah.
It's tough racing like that.
Well, we talked a little about rainy conditions, and the rain has stopped, but you still have a lot of dampness on the track, a lot of mist in the air. In a formula car, in an open-wheel car, now the aero sometimes blows that over the driver, but not always. It's tough in an open-wheel car.
Yeah, when you get behind anybody, you get a face full.
Yeah,
There's
the spray,
you can do about
the
it.
tire spray, there's nothing you can fix with that. So.
When it's raining hard, you adjust. You adjust where the car in front of you is by how high the spray is. If it's up high, he's still way out there.
So Lawrence Loshak does indeed get the GoPro Hero Move of the Race award,
no
along
doubt.
with his national championship in Formula B. Well earned, certainly, for Loshak, who overcame adversity that was kind of self-inflicted there, but still able to overcome it.
Yeah, whatever it was, he still went from the back to the front in the middle of the runoffs. You know, he just did a fantastic job under tough conditions with the partially drying racetrack, mostly wet, however.
So incredible drive for Lawrence Loshak. Lucian Pancia comes up alongside to congratulate the champion, Brandon Dixon. Your top three have formed up, and they will come to pit lane. John Bizignano will talk to the top three for us in just a couple of moments here. There's plenty more action to come your way. Of course, a full day of coverage here at Road America in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. Jeff Lepper, Randy Popst will step in coming up in just a couple of moments, and they will take over for the next couple of events. Dorsey and I will be back with you a little bit later on here this afternoon. We look forward to rejoining you a couple of hours from now down the road. So we've got a lot more to talk about here today at the runoffs, no question about that. It's certainly been a terrific start, and we've had two great races to get us going.
Absolutely. Under tough conditions in the rain, we had two really good races. This one, not probably as good as the other one, other than the fact that the pole sitter started from dead last and then just kicked everybody's butt today. You know.
Yeah.
That's if you're the second place car, you're sitting there going, this is truly a day where I had nothing for him. You know?
Exactly. I mean, you think about it and think, well, we gave it everything we had, and there just wasn't anything more we could do about it here.
Well, that tire choice at the end, that switch won him the race. There's no doubt that was the proper thing to do. I don't think that's exactly what made him, have his difficulty not having a helmet and a Hans device, but doesn't make any difference. That call won him the race, and it almost lost him the race.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about that. It's certainly it was certainly quite a display put on by Loshak here, and defeating a field of drivers very accomplished. We talked about Steve Ott, some of the others who've been doing this for quite some time. Certainly great experience, great talent on display here today. But boy, Loshak certainly opened my eyes.
Yeah, that's a worthy to be looking at for the Mark Donahue Award type of drive. You know, the award for the best drive of the runoffs. He's certainly going to be considered for one of those now. Of course, it's only the second race of 3 days of racing.
Yeah.
But right now he stands atop of my list of guys to look at for that award.
Next up will be GT2, always a very competitive category. You've got Corvettes and BMWs. You've got a Porsche GT3 Cup car, Trent Heinman, who's been doing this a long time, Nissan 350 in the field, and a Sunbeam Tiger in the top 10 in qualifying as well. Kurt Rohrig and the Rohrig Suspension Chevrolet. We've got Camaros back in the field, a Viper. GT2 will be a lot of fun. And then, of course, you've got Spec Mazda coming up a little bit later on here today. Dorsey and I will be back. GT3 will be running. You've got, as we say, Spec Mazda coming up later today with a 70-car grid, if all can answer the call.
Oh, my God.
Well, you and I will be back for Formula A a little bit later on. And then we'll have a sedan for you this afternoon. Looking forward to that. Tom Slow, Andy McDermott, a lot of drivers who've been doing this a long time. Our good friend John Heinrichsey, many others in action in that one. So it's going to be a great day of racing. H Production and more, and Touring 2 all on the docket here on this Friday, opening day of the 50th SCCA Runoffs. John Bisignano standing by, hoping to chat with Lawrence Loshak, our winner, and our top 3 finishers. It looks like a little bit of a technical problem down there, but you see Loshak climbing out of the 2 car and with a look of relief, to say the least, on his face, Dorsey Schrader.
That was, I know he's won other championships, but I guarantee you he'll tell you this is the toughest one.
Man,
you know, that's just that's a gut wrencher right there. You get up there on the grid and you find out that you don't have all the things you're supposed to have, and the whole field leaves you and you think your day's done, and then you come and kick their butt. So that was some good driving.
Lawrence, you're getting a lot of congratulations from a very thankful crew. I tell you, you got to be the most thankful person out here. First of all, I got to ask you, what was up with the grid? What was the situation there?
You know, there's a lot going on. We got 2 cars, an amazing crew, and I don't know how. We knew 9:45 was the time, and I don't know how we did that. It's quite amazing, but you know, it's just another thing that proves that when you put your heart into something, like, you know, anything is possible.
I'll tell you, this is how much it means, but I'll tell you, you did the impossible. Starting in the wet, back of the grid, after all that drama, and you drove through the field, and you claimed your gold medal. Congratulations on that.
Thanks a lot.
You got some people to thank here behind you. Let's hear it, everybody. Come on, let's have a celebration.
Man, my second to none crew, man, my ET Reman Greg Moon, I mean, friend and the amazing engine builder. All our sponsors, JDR, I mean, God, Don and Jerry called me at the beginning of the season to drive this, you know, prototype car. I mean, you know, I sold my DSR last year. It was like, sounds great, right? Man, we just had an amazing season. There's no way I could do this alone.
Well, Lawrence, I'll tell you, you did it for him also. Now let me just show, congratulations. Let me just show you. See, these were the intermediate tires, not the full wets, and they're still sticky. I put my finger there, and I actually have to work to get it off. This is what was giving him so much speed when the track started to dry out. Lucien certainly had the lead and a great first lap. Let me ask you, going into that first corner, my gosh, 4 abreast, how did you find your way out there and take the lead?
I just grabbed the steering wheel and I said, enjoy the ride.
A great view up there. Behind you, everyone else was struggling with trying to see what was going on because of the spray. You knew that you had to be up front on that first corner.
Correct, yeah. I had a chance to do a hard ship lap in the morning, and I knew it was slippery, so I knew I had to be.
Now, how did you get a hardship lap? Hold on now.
We blew up a motor in the last qualify session yesterday, so we had to put a new motor.
All right, when this number 2 car was filling your mirrors, what were you thinking?
It was too dry for too long on those wet tires, so that was it.
Congratulations on a great silver medal.
Say hello to my family in Europe.
Let's
My
say hello
wife
to
and
your
my
family.
daughters in Europe. Hi, girls.
What's her name?
Corina, Danica, and Evelyn.
Hey, Dad looks pretty good here. Are they watching you on their computers right now? All right. He's a very happy man. Have a good time over there in Europe.
Thank you.
All right. Now, you see, just as a comparison, you see, this is the full wet. So wherever there's a space here, that helps certainly to get the water out, but that's no grip wherever there's a space. So 3rd place, Brandon. Let me tell you, this had to be an exciting time for you the whole race. A 3rd place, you got to be proud of that bronze medal, especially under these conditions.
Yeah, the conditions were variable. We weren't sure what tire to go out on. It's a last-second decision. That's always nerve-wracking.
So how'd you come up with it then? What was the final thing?
Watching the spray coming up at the end of the front straightaway from the group in front of us, I just thought it looked wet enough for wets.
Well, it worked out for you. Congratulations on a great bronze medal.
Thank you very much. Can I say hey to
you can
Leslie
say.
at home, Will and Archer? Sorry you guys couldn't be here, but cars in one piece.
Okay, hey to everyone back home.
Bye.
Bye now. All right, guys. You know, these Formula Bs, this is the 1000cc engine now. You know, the movie Rush is out. This is basically somewhat very much like an old Formula 3 car that, of course, James Hunt and Niki Lauda started out with. So there's a lot of potential for this formula. The cars are beautiful, full wings, and as you can see, they put on one heck of a show. All right, guys.
And it was a fun day, certainly, in Formula B as we watch Lawrence Loshak come from the back, get past the one of Brandon Dixon, get to the outside and make a move around Lucian Pancia, finally take the lead and the win. For Dorsey Schrader, I'm Rick Benjamin. We'll be back in just a moment.
The 2013 SCCA Runoffs are brought to you by Mazda. Zoom Zoom.
It's time to face facts. You're a gearhead. You wish the freeway on-ramp was your personal racetrack. Well, buckle up, buddy, because the Sports Car Club of America wants you. With 40,000 members and events across the country, the SCCA has all the excitement you can handle. Dance the blacktop two-step with SCCA Solo. Get down and dirty with SCCA Rallycross. Or go wheel-to-wheel with SCCA Club Racing. Hit the track with the SCCA, where America's best drivers race.
He ignored the naysayers and never compromised. When Thomas Edison threw the switch, it changed everything. Engineering without compromise. This is the Mazda way. And this is the Mazda CX-5. SkyActiv technology makes it lighter yet stronger, earning a top safety pick. And more fuel efficient than any hybrid SUV. This is the uncompromised Mazda CX-5. What do you drive?